Welcome to Cinamaker Meeting Director webinar. My name is Daniel Flores, aka DTM. I am a 2D illustrator, and I'm an Adobe instructor teaching Photoshop, Illustrator, and Adobe Fresco. I am also a regular streamer to YouTube, Facebook, and Behance. Plus, for the past few years, I have used Cinamaker to produce Adobe Max digital art segments and a series of demos for Sketchable app, a drawing app on the Surface Pro. I really enjoy how easy it is to use Cinamaker on the iPad and the Mac. Today, I'm going to share a few things like what is the problem with meetings? What is Cinamaker Meeting Director? What does Meeting Director do? And go over some of the basic operations of using Meeting Director. Then finally, take a moment for some Q&A. Let's start with the problem of Zoom meetings. I'm sure there was already a lack of interaction between the presenter and the audience before we all started working from home, with our only engagement with others has now been through our screens. We have come to expect a lot from our screens. Video and audio quality come to mind. And in most meetings, that is where we fall short, along with single camera angles and talking heads. Now, of course, your brand matters, so we can always add expensive professional tools to create dynamic presentations with the use of cameras, HDMI connections, and capture cards to captivate your audience and keep them engaged. However, we are here to add superpowers to your meetings. So what is Cinamaker Meeting Director? It is a fun, simple, and affordable way to connect your Mac, iPhones, and iPads to produce broadcast quality audio and video in your Zoom meetings. Now with Cinamaker Meeting Director, you can enhance your meetings with storytelling tools like multiple camera angles. Let me go ahead and switch. There we go. What's up? I like that. Graphics, check out my lower thirds and the floating text next to me, plus pre-recorded video and audio files. Now, who benefits from these superpowers? That's us. That's you, me, anyone who wants their meetings to go beyond the expected, especially when we have an audience to engage. In today's Meeting Director demo, I will include how to bring a live meeting into Zoom with the Cinamaker virtual web camera and audio device. We will connect, monitor, and switch cameras with an iPhone and add rich media to my presentation like graphics, movie clips, and picture-in-picture. Okay, it's time to share my screen with Zoom, and let's turn off all of these graphics that I put on. Let's go ahead, boom, boom, boom. There we go, and let's get rid of that before I turn on this other one. There it is, what's up? All right. Let's get a few things out of the way because I need them. So let's go ahead and get Cinamaker there. Now, please, let me remind you that right now I am now sharing a demo setup. And so my audio is going to Zoom and YouTube through a whole different Cinamaker setup. So I have two Cinemakers going on at the same time. Don't try this at home. Oh, you should. You should try it at home. Why not? All right, let's take a tour of Cinamaker Meeting Director. And first, I would like to focus your attention to our preview monitors. This is where we can select our video source. Right now, I have camera 1, and let me go ahead and turn off that lower third. Boom, there it is. And let's go ahead and turn on camera 2. I like it. On the bottom half of the screen, you can see the cameras that I have, and I can simply change the camera angle by simply clicking on the camera that I want to feature in the Zoom meeting. I have camera 1 and camera 2. Very nice. Now I'm going to show you how simple it is to add a third camera to this setup. So let me go ahead and grab this iPhone right here. It's already set to the Wi-Fi network. Yes, correct. And it's ready to go. I open Cinamaker Capture on my iPhone. And I'm going to select video because I have two options, video and audio. And there it is. Look at that. Oh, snap. Just like that. And never mind the background. But look at this. This is my setup. So let me go ahead and click on that. Bam. I got a few things on my desk. Extra iPhones, my keyboard, and the MacBook Air. Very nice. So let's go ahead and switch over to the rear-facing camera and set you right there. I like it. Look at that. Boom. All right. Now I'm going to show you, let me go ahead and switch, how I can make audio selection, how I can make my audio selection and change the settings to find the right audio combination. And so to the right of Cinamaker Meeting Director, in the top area to the right, there's a few icons, and there's the audio icon. And so right now I can check and see which one of my iPhone's cameras is bringing in audio. That's cool. So I can adjust the audio by simply moving the slider to the side. And now red iPhone right there in front of me is capturing audio. And I know that's the camera 1 down all the way over there. There it is. And let me switch my finger. There it is. I can turn down that audio and switch it to the encoder. And the encoder, that's my encoder over there. It's actually a Sony 4K camera connected to an encoder. Bam. Now you can't hear the difference because this audio is not technically connected to the stream at the moment. But you can see how I can easily switch one audio to another. Very cool. Now, Cinamaker offers lots of flexibility to bring in audio not only from iPhones, but also from professional cameras, mixers, and digital audio interfaces. All right, now let's take a look at our media engine section. And that's going to be the first icon near the right side. And we can find the media objects in the media engine section here. And as you can see, I have different layers already used in this webinar. Like graphics, there's my lower thirds. I do have a video I can bring in. Boom, look at that. Nice, nice. Let's go ahead and turn on a few of these things. Oh, look at that. Which one is that? That's it. There it is. Let me go ahead and turn these off for now. Now, let's add some media here. These are my steps to adding media to my webinar, and we're going to start by checking our media options. We have a plus icon, and we can choose to bring in image, movie, text, picture-in-picture, or audio. So let's go ahead and bring an image. Click on Add Image, Files, and then let's see. There's my lower thirds image. I have that. This is the Meeting Director lower third. Let's do that. Open. Boom. Now I want it to take over the whole bottom because it's a lower third. So I will click on Expand, and now my graphic fits where it needs to go. Click on the top right where it says Save, and turn on the eyeball. Bam, there you go. Now the same process would be for bringing in video. So let me turn that off. And once we bring in our video, we turn on the eyeball and press play. There it is. Nice. I'm not going to play it all the way through because it's only 10-15 minutes long, but I do want to show you what if I chose to not bring this video as a full screen, but as a picture-in-picture. Oh, let's go ahead and put that over there. Let's add a border, purple, plus a 0.2, and click on Save. There it is. So now the eyeball's turned on already. And let's just press play. There it is. I like it. Now, I know you're ready to talk about Zoom because I did mention the word Zoom a second ago. And there it is. Let's stop that. There it is. So before we get there, let me let me give you an example that what I would do if I want to bring in my portfolio or website or presentation into Cinamaker. So this is a page that you saw that was peeking out from the bottom. These are my Scullies. Never mind what it's about. They're some drawings that I've been working on for an NFT series. And so let me just make that a little bit smaller and move it over to the side because we need to see what we're going to do over here. Bam. So I want this portfolio, or it could be a presentation, it could be a website, to show up on camera number 4. So let's go ahead and start up Cin.io. Come on in, Cin.io, and share screen. Boom. Now I get an option to bring in anything I want to Cinamaker, and I'm going to select the portfolio. I could bring in and share the screen. I can bring in the webcam for this iMac, but I'm going to go ahead and bring in the website portfolio. Minimize it for now, and look, there it is. Boom. But I want to make it part of my presentation, Dan. That's right. I don't want it to take over the whole screen. So let's try the picture-in-picture option. So let's just keep moving this over a little bit to the side so we can see that a little bit more. And so add media, picture-in-picture. And now I get to select what I want to bring into as picture-in-picture. So let's say I don't want any of these cameras, even though you look good, Dan. I know. Let's go ahead with number 4. There it is. I like it. Oh. So now let's go ahead and get rid of that border by cropping our portfolio web page. Bam, I like it. Apply crop. Add a border. Sure, why not? Just so we can say we did. Got it. So now pinch and zoom to resize. Click and drag to the corner. I like it. Yes, it's looking that way. Yep. Save. And now I turn on the eyeball to the picture-in-picture. Boom, there it is. And so now as I'm talking about my portfolio and how you want to check out my Behance project, there it is. I can talk about the different skulls and say, hey, yeah, that's from American Me. There goes Arnold Schwarzenegger and Bruce Lee, and so on and so forth. And then that's me. Look. Does it look like me? I think it looks like me. All right. I can go on and on about what meeting director and the options it has to create engaging meetings. And that's cool, but how do we bring in these superpowers into our Zoom meeting? All right, so let's go ahead and move this out the way. Boom, let it hide behind there and start up our Zoom. Come here, Zoom. Let's bring some of this magic into Zoom. Okay, cool. Let's just go ahead and start a meeting. And let's minimize that window. Join with computer audio. Yeah, that's me right there. That's me. Is it on that side? It's way over there. I like it. Start the video. And boom, there we go. Okay, so let's explore a couple of our menu items that is going to make the superpowers, the Cinamaker, come into Zoom. So from the screen, the main screen, we're going to locate our video and audio settings. And next to those icons, there is an arrow. So next to the video icon, we're going to click on that arrow. And now we get to choose Cinamaker Virtual Web Camera. We need that because that's going to bring the video from Cinamaker into the Zoom meeting. And so anytime I switch, you'll see it change. Let's turn off that picture-in-picture. Bring in that lower third. There it is. Boom. And see? So now when I'm switching cameras, everyone in the Zoom meeting will see the different camera angles or content from each of my video sources. Nice. We're halfway there. Now we're going to locate the microphone icon and click on that arrow to see our menu. And as you can see, for microphone, I have already selected the Cinamaker audio device. Bam, that makes sure that the audio that I'm producing here in Cinamaker is showing up and people can hear it in Zoom. So that's perfect. Got it. Now I need to be able to hear my participants. That's you. Those of you who are hanging out in the Zoom meeting right now, I need to be able to hear you. So on this iMac, the iMac speakers are on. But on the actual Zoom meeting for this today's live webinar, I do have my headphones plugged in so that I can put them on and then hear people on my Zoom call. I love it. There it is. Okay, now I've been excited about some of the, I've been using Cinamaker for a few years, and I'm still excited to produce broadcast quality streams. And now I get to add these superpowers to my meetings with an app that is simple to use, plus includes high quality tools and graphics as you switch between different camera angles. Look at that. I like it. Turn off and on your rich media. Let's go ahead and turn on the lower third. Boom, there goes my picture-in-picture. Yes. And play pre-recorded video files and flex your brand new superpowers. There it is. Let's turn that on. Turn this off. Just because I mentioned it. There it is. There you go. All right. Let's move it along. Now, what do we need to get started, Dan? All right, so you're going to need the hardware that you already own. You need your Mac for Meeting Director. And for cameras, we have your webcam and iPhones. You're also going to need the software. Cinamaker Meeting Director is available for free from Cinamaker.com right now. You go to Cinamaker.com, scroll down to where you see Meeting Director and free download. You can get that right now. You're going to need Cinamaker Capture for your iPhone and iPad to use the iPhone and iPad as cameras and audio devices. Cinamaker Capture is free from the App Store. Download to your iPhone and use it as a camera now. Of course, you already own Zoom. That's how we're talking to each other right now. Those of you who are in the meeting with me. And make sure you install, sign in, and check those settings. And lastly, you're going to have a strong Wi-Fi connection to support your connected devices. iPhones, iPads, and the Mac must be in the same powerful network connection. That's how all of this is connected. The iPhones, the iMac, this MacBook Air is all connected through Wi-Fi. And if you can remember one thing from today's webinar, then please remember this. Cinamaker Meeting Director is free to get started and test these new superpowers in your Zoom meetings. Engage your audience with the power of rich media and graphics, pre-recorded video, and different camera angles. You will enjoy broadcast quality audio and video for free. Subscription and support starts at $9.99 a month or $79.99 a year. So now is your turn. Download Meeting Director for free. Download Capture on your iPhone for free. Install Zoom. Select Cinamaker Virtual Web Camera as your video source. And then you'll be cinemaking. All right, I'm going to take a breath, take a moment to breathe, and open the floor for questions, which I'm also going to turn on the audio options here on the webinar in case anyone has a question they would like to ask. Boom, boom, and let me see. All right, I'm trying to click on this stuff as fast as I can. There we go. And I'm going to check any questions that we may need. Okay, so first question. Thank you for the question, number one. What cables are needed? So at this moment right now, everything is wireless. I do have a cable, and I'm sure you noticed, because I am using a capture card between the Mac that's next to me. And let me just go ahead and click that on so you can see the Mac. The Mac is back here. And so I'll show you my desk area. All right, boom, boom, boom. There we go. Bam. So I do have a couple cables, and that's only because I do have a big TV that's connected to this Mac here, so HDMI and power. And then I have an iMac over here. And so this iMac is connected through a capture card so that I can pull the screen share from that Mac into Cinamaker so that you can see my demo. So that's the only reason why I have cables, but you technically do not need cables if you have a strong Wi-Fi connection. So Wi-Fi 6 is the current version of Wi-Fi routers. You want a Wi-Fi 6 router, and your devices will be able to connect and move data, video, and audio freely, and you won't have the need for cables. If you need cables, then yes, I suggest that we can stay connected and talk because, and there's my contact info. Let me go ahead and bring it up. It's going to pop in for a second. There it is, dan@cinamaker.net, and I can send you a list of things that you could possibly use at home. I have, everything is wired, and that is because at home I do have multiple computers and devices going on at the same time, and so it's more reliable to have everything connected through Ethernet. So that is a much longer list of things that you can get, but depends on your setting. One or the other would work fine. And do I provide a tutoring or a class? If you need help, you can always reach out to me and say, hey, Dan, do you have a moment for a call? I love getting on Zoom calls. I did not know I was really going to enjoy Zoom calls. I did not know that. I've always been anti-corporate all my life. I'm an artist. I create. But I like talking to people about the stuff that I enjoy. I really enjoy troubleshooting the setup. So if you have some questions about your setup, anything you'd like to discuss or ask questions, please reach out to me and we'll set up a Zoom call to make sure we answer all your questions and help you get the information you need so you can set up your own live streaming setup with Cinamaker for your Zoom meetings or live streaming in general. Thank you for the questions. It's free to download, free to start. How long is the free period before the subscription starts? So free to download, free to start, and you get free 7 days. When you get the free 7 days, to get the free 7 days, you don't need anything. You don't have to add credit card information. You don't have to do anything. Just use it. However, after 7 days, some of the features will be locked in the Pro version. So you have 7 full days to play around with it. The subscription will not automatically start. It's just you won't have access to the professional tools until you actually subscribe. You actually have to subscribe. So there it is. I know people who use it all the time for free. And if you decide to stay with free, which is fine, and I still support it. So if you send me an email, I don't care whether you're a free user or a paid user. If you want some information and resources, we'll go ahead and spend some time with you on it. But the only thing about the free is that you'll get only 2 cameras versus 4. Oh yeah, I keep pointing down, but you can't see that screen now. Whereas if in the Pro version, you get 8 cameras. So 8 video sources. So let me go ahead and share that screen as soon as it boots back up because I had turned it off. And so you'll see a few differences. Plus, you will not be able to use an audio device separate. So let me go ahead and share this screen over there. Boom. And just to illustrate the 8 camera version, there it is. So you get 1, 2, 3 right now. I have 3. And then there's more spots for more video sources. So you will lose that. It goes back to only 2. You can see the other slots, but you won't be able to use them. And then the audio, that will be the other difference when it comes to free, is that right now in the professional version, I have an iPhone as an audio source. So this one is like earlier when I opened up Cinamaker Capture and I selected video. In this iPhone, I selected audio, and this is one of those iPhones that still has the headphone jack, so I really am glad that's still there for this one. And I have a microphone connected to the phone, and it's bringing the audio into Cinamaker, and that's how you can hear me. So there's a few little differences that once you try the 7 days, you can still use the Cinamaker Meeting Director or Cinamaker Director. We have 2 different versions of Cinamaker. And you can use it for free and no subscription required, or subscription does not start automatically. All right, let's see. Thank you for your question. Another question: do you have a rate for large nonprofit? We have chapters around the world. That I would have to send me an email, and I will forward it to the CEO or the VP. And they may have a better answer for you on that end. Appreciate your question. Thank you. We want to host a hybrid meetings, 50, 80 people attend in person, but we live stream to others at home on Zoom. Do you see Cinamaker working for this? Yes, of course. This is a hybrid stream right now, right this second. So some of you awesome people are watching this in a Zoom meeting and they're together with me right now. So however many people the Zoom meeting will hold, that's how many people we could have right now. And I'm also streaming this to YouTube. So you can go to the YouTube channel, Cinamaker Studio on YouTube, and see this live. It's happening right now. It's all happening through this, let me go ahead and click back over there. Boom and bam. Through this MacBook Air. It's all happening here. This is it. From here, everything is going out to Zoom and to YouTube. So yes, so you guys are cool. Sure, let me go ahead and touch on this. All right, let me show you what else we got here in Cinamaker. Whew. Oh my gosh. So this area right here where I'm hovering, I hope you can see the little pointer moving about. That is the network settings. So it's called network settings. Looks like a little camera. So I always want to say it's camera settings, but it's network settings. Click on it, and check it out down here at the very bottom. It says Zoom. You can sign in, enter your Zoom meeting, and start Zoom calls, Zoom meetings from within Cinamaker itself, which also means you can bring in remote guests or have remote cameras anywhere in the world, and they show up right here in Cinamaker, and you'll add them to the production in Cinamaker, and they can also see everything that you're producing here with Cinamaker. So I have another demo for that. I did a video on this last week on Wednesday. So if you check the YouTube channel for Cinamaker Studio, you will find the video where I explain that process and how it works. Plus, coming soon, probably next week, I'll have a second webinar, and that webinar will be on Thursdays, where I explain Cinamaker Director Studio and go over some of those steps. So that's a long answer to say, yes, I can see Cinamaker working for your hybrid setups, live streams. There we go. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. All right. One more question. Let's see. That's it. That's the last question we see. What is the default audio source for the free version? The default audio source would be the iPhone itself. So once you have an iPhone and you use it as a camera, that will also be your audio source, which is fine most times. And there's a lot of other options for audio when using an iPhone as a camera. I did a video on that 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. I forget. It's so many videos on Cinamaker Studio YouTube channel, where I go through the different types of audio that you can use with Cinamaker, all of them attached to the phone. And as long as your phone has a lightning port, you can have attachments, dongles, and then attach other forms of audio, including microphones, audio mixers, and so on. So even on the free version, you can still take advantage of different audio sources as long as it's the same phone that's bringing in your video. So there you go. Boom. All right, we got more questions. I like it. This is good. This is good. So the question is, the 8 cameras would be focused on one speaker in one room at a time, correct? Yes, that's correct. You know, so if you were to use Zoom within Cinamaker, then you can have different locations, rooms, buildings, countries, and with Zoom open, and there's your speaker talking into the Zoom call, and each one of your camera spots can be a different speaker. The only issue to be concerned with, it would be the bandwidth necessary to run that smoothly, and that's where wired setups come into play. Wired setups are more reliable and can handle the bandwidth or the data going back and forth between the video and audio. So there's data coming into the building, into Cinamaker. So however many video sources and different video Zoom guests you have, that's a lot of heavy data already coming into the device. And then from there, the computer, Cinamaker, has to send that off to the internet. And so if it's a Wi-Fi network, it's going to clog and slow down that Wi-Fi network. You may want a dedicated Wi-Fi network for that. Preferably, you may want Ethernet cables plugged in to a hub and everything coming in and out of the Cinamaker on your Mac. So there's a few things to keep in mind. But of course, with the right gear, anything is possible. And Cinamaker is there for all of it. All right. This is some good questions. I like this. All right. Well, I appreciate all of your time today. If you have any other questions that I didn't cover or wish you had asked, please let me know. Send me a message anytime. We do have a Facebook group called Cinamaker Community, and that is where I share a ton of short videos. Anytime someone sends me a question and says, hey, Dan, how do we do such and such, that's an opportunity for me to set up and say, okay, let me record my process and make it a 30-second, 2-minute video, and I can answer that question. It's kind is very unofficial, what's the word? Casual, very casual setup. So it's real easy to just make those little videos and answer them in the group. So go ahead and check us out. Make sure you follow Cinamaker app on Instagram and Twitter. And of course, Cinamaker Studio on YouTube. Okay, let me see. What do we got? What do we got? I'll try this. Let me see. You're very welcome. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Very informative. You're a great speaker. I appreciate that. I like to talk. I've discovered not only am I an artist that I like to draw, but I like to talk. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, until next time, I am DTM. Find me anywhere on the internet, Delta Tango Mike, or reach out anytime, Dan@cinemaker.net. All right, stay cinemaking. Bye-bye.